test it. And I'm hoping that in the next moment or two, I should be live. So, as always, there are a few technical situations, but it's telling me that there is an excellent connection today. I have adjusted my sound, and so I'm hoping that you are now not getting echo as we did a couple of days ago. And I just want to say a very, very big welcome to you for joining me. These are the earth changes that many of us have been talking about for years. We've been thinking about them. We've been wondering when there was going to be something that would give us an opportunity to change our world externally. Many of us have been doing a lot of work internally. Meditating, yoga, studying, learning, doing all kinds of things on an internal level. A lot of personal development. And now we've got a situation where we're all together. And this is what I find exciting, is like we're all together here online now. With Venus in Gemini and Mars in Aquarius. This is very much about creating energetic connections. Air signs like to do things energetically. The earth signs like to do them physically. They like to get dirty and, play in the sand. But the air signs really rather enjoy this whole new exploration of our online world. I'm doing my regular yoga class, yoga and meditation, with wonderful Uli. I'm now allowed to share with you my wonderful yoga teacher. He works only by donation at the moment. And if you're interested, I'll put a link or something in the comments afterwards, because your comments are coming through very, very quickly. It's difficult to handle them as they're coming in. But that's all right. Venus in Gemini, it's all about juggling different things. I guess it's something I'm going to have to learn. So when we look at the aspects, and thank you people, Lucy, thank you. You're telling people to like the video. I've got Lucy helping me. Thank you for moderating again. And it's going to be unsettling for a while. Uranus in Taurus until 2025, 2026. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be this turbulent for these next 5 years, although it might be for some of us. And Taurus is a fixed sign, and it likes a certain predictability. It likes to know when it's getting its dinner. Yeah, it likes to know, well, what time is dinner? Yes, or what time are we doing? You know, it likes to know. And we've got Uranus in Taurus, and Uranus in Taurus shakes up its routines. So the things that you've got used to, you have to get unused to. And chances are, as soon as we establish a certain routine, it might get shaken up again. And I don't know about you, but have you noticed that gradually, some of us at least, are getting used to being home and finding that there are some advantages to being home? I mean, I never thought I'd have the day. We've got a little unstable electrics here, Thank you, Crown Lotus, very much. The electrics are a little unstable. So the phone goes out, you know, everything goes out sometimes. So my friend here said, call the phone company and ask for a UPS. I don't know what a UPS is from anything, from Adam. But I called. And they said, yep, we'll order it for you, no charge, it's fine. Seems that it's a battery system for the phone. It's a backup, great. And he said to me, and what time would you like the courier to deliver? On the 5th or whatever, next week. I said, are you joking with me? I said, where do you think I'm going? He can deliver any time he wants. And now the highlight of a day could be when we get a delivery of something. We're all three of us want to run out and meet the courier. Couriers have never been so popular. Also, people are saying sometimes it's more difficult to end a phone call, because you used to be able to say, well, sorry, I've got to run. But now, where are you running to? So it's a different world, isn't it? Everything's sort of turned upside down. And this Venus in Gemini, it's prevalent for 4 months. So I think the more that we can get used to this energy of finding the fun in things, you know, being able to tell a joke or two. Yeah, I was reading one of the jokes now, an unsettling reversal of my teenage years is that I'm yelling at my parents now for going out. So things are upside down, things are topsy-turvy. And Venus in Gemini is encouraging us. Yeah, the day is so long, Abba, yes. And is encouraging us, we've got 2 hands. And I've learned through the channeling to write with my left hand. Not as well, but to use both hands. Let's be ambidextrous. Let's use both sides of our brain, both sides of our body, our masculine and our feminine sides. Yeah? Activate both sides. This is what Venus in Gemini is really about. That's why Venus in Gemini needs variety. And we need to create variety. That's why I thought, hey, you know, there is good news out there. For example, I have a friend who goes to the farm shop. She lives in the country, but there is a farm shop that's still open. And everybody in England, of course, is keeping, for the most part, a respectful 6 feet distance from one another in the queue, or the line as you call it in America. And they've got loud rock and roll music going out of the shop, so people are nicely jiving as they're waiting in the queue. And that's just a way of uplifting. Yeah, it's using this energy of Venus in Taurus, Mars in Aquarius, of finding ingenious ways of making something that might otherwise be a bit tedious into something funny. I mean, my dear Auntie Jenny, it's quite unbelievable. I speak with her every day. I don't miss a day because, you know, these are difficult times when you're going to be 98 on Friday. And she was saying to me, well, she said, I'm not really sure whether I should have balloons and things on my birthday. She said, because it's quite a sad time. She said, I don't feel as though, you know, I should be celebrating. And I said to her, are you kidding? Isn't it wonderful that you're alive? And thank God you're well and you're all right. Isn't that something to show hope to others? And she said, you know what? She said, yes, I think you're right. She said, I'll tell David, that's one of her boys. She said, I'll tell him he can bring balloons after all. You see, so I think it's important that we don't hide things that are celebratory, that we are celebrating. I was reading about somebody, an 88-year-old mother who was celebrating her birthday in quarantine, and she put up a video of her singing happy birthday to herself. So I would love to hear your good news. If you're watching now with me, please share some of the good news that you're seeing or experiencing or noticing. Let's share it. Let's begin to, I want my channel to be balanced. Venus in Gemini, the good twin, the bad twin, the left, the right. Yeah, we've got to have a balance here. But I feel as though I've been quite serious in a lot of my videos recently because things are serious. And thank you. Happy birthday, Auntie Jenny. That's so nice. Oh, she'll love that, you know. And a friend sent me a photo of her, actually, sitting in the garden, because would you believe it, in Manchester, England, it's been hot enough to sit in the garden lately. And she was sitting there with her sunglasses on and a nice, just nicely dressed. She always wears a nice skirt and a nice top and a nice cardigan. And, you know, just sitting there talking to people 8 feet away. And just so nice, really, isn't it, to see that people are really reaching out. Spring, you're improving your opera singing. Isn't it wonderful? What's his name? Andrea Bocelli, singing in the empty cathedral. Singing, what did he sing? Amazing Grace and all kinds of things, uplifting, really nourishing millions of people with his beautiful voice. So, really, there are ingenious things that we can do to help one another through these times. And very often it isn't until darker times, sadly, that we begin to reach out. I mean, Auntie Jenny has been telling me that she's never talked so much to her neighbour Rob. You know, he's always been quite quiet. But lately she's been a bit concerned about him. Thank you, Neha, very much. You know, she said, I don't think you know how to cook, do you, Rob? Because he always had takeaways. And now takeaways are a bit more difficult. And she said, you know what? She said, I've got some nice mashed potatoes. I'll give you some of my mashed potatoes. So she leaves it outside and goes inside. Thank you, Nikki. So there's just these lovely interactions. And I think that amidst the difficulty, amidst the pain, there are things that we can do for one another, and especially now online, right? Especially what we have together. You know, if I can just share a few little things with you, and you can share a few little things with me, and we open our hearts, and Neptune is in Pisces in rulership. Yeah, we've got Neptune in rulership for several more years. This is so much a time for finding ways to be able to connect more than we've ever done before. Lucy, thank you. You're telling everybody to like the video. She's a great moderator. She's really sharing with you here. So connecting with nature. Yes, many of you are connecting with nature, which is wonderful. Some of us can't get out very much at all, and so it's a bit more difficult. I guess there are photographs, there are things that you can look at. So it was really just a call out to say, let's reach out to one another. Let's celebrate the things that we do have rather than the things that we don't have at the moment. I don't know about you, but how can you quiet your mind? Well, come to Uli's yoga class, and he does a meditation. He's adding a meditation as well. He does Kundalini yoga, and he's doing a meditation. So I highly recommend him. He's helping me as well, because the mind does go quite crazy at this time, or it can, especially in these addictions that we have to be able to be connected. So it's important that we have ways of being able to relax. Thank you, Linda, very much. Thank you. So Gemini reminds us to appreciate the breath. It rules the lungs. The sun is square to Jupiter today. There is this square going on. And what I've been practicing, it's always about stretching yourself a little bit more. Yes, so when Uli is telling us, you know, we've got to have, during this Kundalini yoga, you've got your arms out and you're holding them up for a long time and pumping your tummy and all sorts of funny things that you're doing. And you start to feel tired and you don't want to do it, but you just push a little bit more through the stress and the discomfort. You just push that little bit more. And then afterwards, you feel really good. You feel like, oh, I've accomplished something. Yes, the Pleiadians, yes. I want your questions for the Pleiadians. I'm going to do a separate video with them, especially about these times. All right. I'm going to be doing a video also with Pam Gregory, my lovely dear friend astrologer. She'll interview me with the Pleiadians, so we'll do that. But I want your questions about these times for the Pleiadians, because they want to speak to you. So, yes. So, and yes, there are many teaching yoga, there are many teaching meditation online. Join one of these groups. And, you know, we can sing together, we do think we can chant together. And this can uplift our hearts, uplift our minds, uplift our beings. We are being given a consciousness upgrade. That's what I am seeing here. Easy, no, but we can together, I feel, help one another immensely. That's what I'm looking at here. So to come back to the lungs, Gemini, the lungs, I think it's important to do anything with the breath that you can do. For me, I've got 25 steps that I have to go up and down. So I hold my breath when I'm going up the steps, and I try to go up quickly, holding my breath. And I try not to be breathless when I get to the top and go big, deep breaths. And then I go back down again and I do it again. So I'm up to 50 steps, 2 times 25 of holding my breath. So, and I'm hoping to build up more, because the body is amazingly resilient when you stretch it a bit. And I don't know about you, I don't like doing the stretching while I'm doing it, but afterwards I like the feeling. So, I just, yeah, thank you. Lucy is sharing that she enjoyed a session with her yoga teacher. So I think there's some amazing things opening up with nature, the animals, our food. Yeah, I mean, I am going to have more serious messages, right? This is not my day for a serious message, okay? I will be sharing tips around the finances, the food, different things on different videos, okay? I'm going to try and keep them in their own energy field, so that when somebody reads this and says, ah, this is a video about there is some good news, there is a consistency to it, because some of you have said that I've not been too consistent. I've got to say Gemini is not necessarily consistent, but that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. So if there's enough questions, and I get them quite soon, I'll go live with the P's tonight, my time. And if not, then I'll go live in the next day or two. And yeah, if there is something specific that you'd like me to cover, please put it in the comments. So I am putting my hands together. The hands, Gemini, the hands. Yeah? You can rub your hands together and create energy. So I don't want to make noise or echo or something. But hands. Appreciate your hands, what you can do with your hands. The power of your hands. So with my hands, I'm sending you healing, loving energy. Happy thoughts. To be able to derive at least a laugh a day, preferably more than one laugh. Somehow, in some way. So from me to you, I send you much love. I thank you for listening. I thank you for joining me. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you.